Hi, Adias here. In today's video, we're going to learn how to create a basic split inside the Roland AX-Edge. All right, let's get started. So one of the great things about the AX-Edge is the ability to create your own programs or sounds. Now remember, each program is based on the ability to layer and split up to 4 tones. All right, so in this video, we're going to go ahead and do a split. So first off, let's decide on our initial sound we're going to use. So I'm going to use AX Vintage EP. So it sounds something like this. But what if I wanted to have a bass right here and I wanted to go ahead and have a nice split maybe here? So first off, let's go ahead and create a basic layer. So I'm going to use my AX app and I'm going to press the read button. And that's going to load up whatever the current program that I have on the AX into the editor so I can get started editing. So it says, are you sure? Yes, I am sure. It's reading what's currently in the AX-Edge. So now I'm going to go into switch, and I can see this particular program is based on only 1 tone, and there are 4 tones available. So I'm going to turn on part 2, and we hear that. And I'm going to turn off part 1, and now I'm going to go to part, and I can see that that tone is AX Classic Lead. So I'm going to press the list button, and I'm going to find a bass. Let's do this AX MG bass. Let's give it a listen. That sounds good. But I might want this a little bit lower. So I'm going to come into here, and I'm going to go into the pitch section, and I want to put this down 1 octave. So I might say down 1 octave. And let's give it a listen. And that's great. So I'm going to go ahead and have that there. And now let's go ahead and put both of the parts together. So I'm going to go to switch and turn them both on. And you hear them both. So now I'm going to go and use my arrow, move to the next section, and hit keyboard. Great. So I know for that part 1, let's start with part 1 first. I want that one to be here. And for this example, I'm going to go ahead and adjust where it is. So I'm going to select key range lower and bring it up. I think it's probably F3. Let's give it a shot. It's F3. So it's right there. I want it right here. So that's F2. So here we go. F2. Great. So that means part 2, now when we go to part 2, we want to adjust the upper range. And let's give it a listen. Let's try E3, because remember I did an octave shift. So let's find that. There we go. So if we go back to part 1, we can see that the range on part 1 goes to F2, and the range on part 2 goes to E3 because we did an octave shift. So it kind of changes things up a little bit. So now very easily you can have your bass. And you know, we're listening to this bass now. I might have a little bit wrong right here, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to adjust that part to that part 2, and I'm going to say, oh look, the octave shift accidentally moved it. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're good. And let's go back and check my keyboard range. There we go. So now we're totally correct. So we have. And if I wanted to, maybe that bass is too loud, we could go back and we can start adjusting our parts. So I can say, you know what, maybe that bass is too loud. I need to go ahead and bring it down in the mix. Let's try it about 65. Great. I'll go to part 1. Maybe I want that one a little bit louder, like at 110. And let's give it a listen. Got to remember where that split is. So as you can see, it's pretty easy. Now if I wanted to save it, I would go to the right tab right here, decide where I want to put it, and that one was 617, where it is, and you know what, let's go ahead and just put it on number 1. It doesn't matter right now because we can use the librarian in another video and adjust everything. So go ahead and save it there. Great. Let's put in it. Oh, but I forgot to name it. Let's go ahead and name it. So I'm going to touch on AX Vintage EP, and I'm going to name it here. So just click on it. I'll call it Vent EP / bass. All right, great. And once again, I'll write it. Thread number 1, press the right button. And there we go. So now it is written into our AX-Edge very easily. So as you see, creating your own custom splits inside the Roland AX-Edge is very easy. Give this a try and I'm sure you're going to love it. All right, you guys take care and we'll talk to you later.